Hey guys, in this video, you're going to learn how to troubleshoot, diagnose, and repair an ice maker that's not making ice or is not working. This is a mechanical ice maker. Everyone assumes and usually makes the mistake, especially new technicians, that when an ice maker is not making ice, it's just a bad or defective ice maker. That's not always true. The top 6 reasons an ice maker will not make ice is the refrigerator is too warm, block or frozen fill tube or flow tube, a defective inlet valve, low water pressure, faulty door switch, and last but not least, a bad or defective ice maker. Let's take a look.
So the first one, a refrigerator being too warm, first thing you're going to do is take your sensor or infrared heat sensor or cooling sensor gun with the beam and shoot the back wall. If it's too warm, the optimum temperature for an ice maker to make ice is 15 degrees. If it's too warm, guys, it's not supposed to make ice. There's a sensor in the ice maker that tells the ice maker that the refrigerator is too warm and it should not make ice. Otherwise, it would turn into water. Of course, this is the ice maker. Make sure, believe it or not, it's not always technical, that the ice maker arm is not in the off position. Or if it has a button, that it's not turned off. I cannot begin to tell you how many ice makers, when the customer called me and told me it wasn't making ice, that I walked up and it was simply because the ice maker was turned off. Or somebody, especially if they got kids or teenagers, lift the arm on the ice maker like this. When the arm is lifted, that means that it stops making ice. You can see right here, that's the off position. This is the on. All you have to do, knock the arm down and watch it for a couple of minutes. The arm starts raising, it puts water into the ice maker, then you solve their problem. Now that we're zoomed in, you want a small screwdriver about this size. You want to turn the little small cam wheel that's right beside the large one counterclockwise until the wheel starts to move. Now that you see the wheel is moving, the arm is going to raise on the ice maker. Once the arm raises to the top level, it will tell the ice maker to do what we call calling for water. In other words, fill the water tray. If it does not fill the water tray, then you have another problem. So let's see what happens here. Once it gets to optimum level, it's going to raise and then it's going to lower and then it fills the ice tray. Once it fills the ice tray, then in a couple of hours or less, you should have ice cubes. So at that point, we would have ice cubes. I want to make another point. This is anytime there's low water pressure, this is the screw that you use to, you will see a plus sign here, minus sign on this side. Anytime you want to increase the cubes or increase the water pressure from the ice maker, you turn this screw corresponding to the plus side here, minus side here. But another tip, if the water pressure is low, then 9 times out of 10, we have a problem at the faucet supply line behind the refrigerator, or we got a defective inlet valve. Now, how to remove the ice maker and then reinstall it. To remove an ice maker, most ice makers have 2 quarter nut screws. All you have to do is use your drill or a quarter nut driver, loosen the screws, lift up on the ice maker and pick it up. You'll have a harness, a connection right here. And all you have to do is loosen it, remove the snap, take the ice maker out. It's real simple. Those are your 2/4 nut screws. When you go to reinstall it, I recommend that you leave those in just slightly loose. Connect the harness to the ice maker, just like that. Then all you have to do is reinstall the ice maker. Put the ice maker back on like that. Tighten your screws. This, guys, can be a little bit challenging. You'll be able to do the first one. The second one's kind of in the blind unless you have a mirror. If you have a mirror, then it's pretty easy. Then all you have to do is put the front cover back on the ice maker. Like so. Put your ice maker bin back in. And you've diagnosed, troubleshoot, and tested a mechanical ice maker. Don't forget the top 6 reasons that an ice maker does not work.